What's up, everybody? We left off pretty much with a non-working retry button, so we're gonna fix that. And just to give you a quick recap, once you die, seems like we cannot click on this retry button or even the main menu button, but I don't expect the main menu button to work because we don't have a main menu yet, but the retry button should be working, so not sure what we did wrong. So let's open up Gemini and pick up where we left off. Just to give a quick summary of what that button should be doing is should be calling this function here where we reset time to normal, and then we call our load scene function here, which just calls the active scene, which is the same level we're basically in, and but it's not doing it, of course. So let's ask Gemini what it thinks is wrong here. And I'll just grab a screenshot as well so it can see that we have our restart level function set right here on click. So copy, paste, and let me say that restart level function does not appear to be working. The button itself doesn't seem like it's it is even clicking. Let me know if you need any additional details, code snippets, or screenshots to debug this. Okay, so the screenshot reveals exactly what is happening here. We have two separate canvases in our scene UI manager, which holds our game over screen, and canvas, which appears to hold your on-screen mobile controls like left, right, and jump. This creates conflict with how Unity handles UI rendering and mouse clicks. Problem, canvas rendering order. By default, Unity renders canvases in the exact order they appear in the hierarchy from top to bottom. Because your UI manager is near the top of the list and your canvas, mobile controls, is near the bottom, the mobile control canvas is being rendered on top of your game over screen. Okay. So remember this, guys. Again, Unity renders canvases in the exact order they appear in the hierarchy from top to bottom. So to fix this, okay, just let's read through this. Even though your game over panel looks like it is in front, the invisible background or raycast targets of that lower canvas are physically blocking your mouse from ever reaching the retry button. So the fix is update the sort order. You can easily force the UI manager to always render and accept clicks in front of everything else without having to reorganize your entire hierarchy. Select your UI Manager object in the hierarchy in the inspector, locate the canvas component, and change the sort order. Okay, okay, seems easy. Okay, all right, so let's just do that instead of reorganize. Well, should I just try reorganizing it? Just pull this below the canvas and see if that fixes it. I know that's not the solution it gave me, but we could try it out. Guess we could have just tried it out in the game. No, it's still not doing it though. Trying to click, I'm clicking, but nothing is happening. Very interesting. Anyway, let's try this out then. But from what it told me, this should have fixed the issue. All right, let me just drag it further down. Nope, still not doing anything. How about now? No, nothing. Not working. So anyway, I'll do a bunch of Control Z's until it's back to the top. And let's try the fix. So select your UI manager, locate the canvas component. So canvas is right here in sort order. It wants me to change it to 10. And let's see if that works. Nice. Okay, yeah, that did the trick. So main menu is throwing us an error, but retry should work. Nice. Cool. So that did the trick, but should I ask Gemini why the reorganization of the elements in this hierarchy didn't really do the trick? Um, yeah, let's just quickly ask. Maybe. Oh, yeah. We know this works, right? So I'll just undo the change for now. So it's back to 0. I did a couple of Control Z's, and I'll drag this below canvas. And just because I'm curious, grab a couple of screenshots. So UI Manager, paste, then Canvas. Again, and let's just double check that that really doesn't work right. So still nothing. I'm clicking, but nothing happens. So okay, updating the sort order did the trick. However, I was curious and tried rearranging the UI manager to be positioned below the canvas in the hierarchy, but that didn't fix the problem as anticipated based on your response. What happened? Again, if I take the updating the sort order way, it definitely fixes the issue. So this is what it thinks happened here. Sorting inside a single canvas. When you are organizing elements inside a single canvas, like stacking your game over text, your background panel, and your retry button, Unity strictly obeys the hierarchy order. The item at the bottom of the list renders on top and receives mouse clicks first. Sorting between multiple canvases. You have two entirely separate root level canvas components in your scene, your mobile controls canvas, and your UI manager. When you have multiple canvases, Unity's graphic raycaster, the system that detects your mouse clicks, stops looking at the hierarchy order. Instead, it relies exclusively on the sort order number in the inspector. Hmm. Tiebreaker problem, because both of your canvases had the sort order set to 0, they tied When multiple overlay canvases tie, Unity's behavior becomes somewhat undefined. Okay, that makes sense. So the engine's render, batcher, and the event system struggle to determine which canvas is the true top layer. Often the raycaster will just default to prioritizing whichever canvas initialized the first scene when the scene loaded, completely ignoring how you arranged them in the hierarchy list. So that explains the problem there. This is exactly why updating the sort order to 10 immediately fixed the issue. Broke the tie. All right, so cool. Makes sense. Okay. I am satisfied with the explanations. I'll do a bunch of control Z's until our UI manager is back on top, and I'll do the sort order there to 10. Just make sure that it works now. Cool. Awesome. All right, let's see what's coming up next. All right, so building the main menu comes up. Um, Thanks for the explanation. Let's go ahead and start building out the main menu. Okay, so building out the main menu is an exciting step because it officially transforms your project from a collection of isolated test levels to a standalone game. You need to create a brand new scene, build the UI, write a lightweight script to handle the button clicks, and then, crucially, tell Unity's build settings how these scenes connect. Cool. So, step one is create the main menu scene, then build the UI shell. And step three is write the script. And step four is hook up the buttons. And step five is the build setting, which is crucial. So let's get started. All right, so step one, create the main menu scene at the top of the editor. Go to File, New Scene, and select the basic 2D. Basic 2D. Basic 2D. I don't see a basic 2D. Oh, okay. Basic 2D built in deprecated. I don't want a deprecated scene. Eh, Migrate to the universal render pipeline instead. Where's the universal render pipeline? Oh, well, I'll just go with the basic 2D. Yes, of course. Save changes and open the new basic 2D scene. Immediately go to File and Save As. So save as. And we're gonna save this into our scenes folder and name this main menu. All right, so step two is build the UI shell, just like we did with the UI manager. We need a canvas that scales perfectly. So right click in the hierarchy, create empty, or select UI canvas, and then canvas right here. Okay, so just leave as is, change the sort order to 10 just to be safe. And the canvas scaler component, change the UI scale mode to scale with screen size. So canvas UI scale mode should be scale with screen size. Resolution should be 1920 times 1080. Add your title. So right click the canvas, select UI, and text mesh pro. Name it title text and type in the name of your game. So Gemio, or should I do all caps? Gemio, and make the font size massive. So it wants me to let me get 120. Um, cool. Auto size maybe. What the hell? No, 120. We don't want auto size. Okay, and anchor it near the top center. So let me just expand the width and the height so we have something that looks good. Title text, move. Where are we at? Position X should be 0. And you know what? I'll center it. So alignment is center, middle, nah. Vertically, it should be fine, but horizontally, vertically also do middle. Position X. Why is it not really centered here? Is my question. Is it? It's not. Position Y. Title text. Okay. Anchor near the top center. I mean, I could do it manually, but I want to understand. Understand why if I put the position to 0, it doesn't really center it. So let me just ask that real quick. A bit of a pesky problem there. Not a huge problem, but why when I set X to 0 does it not get um, centered? Uh, what is that? Horizontally. Canvas. I don't know. Like you'd think that canvas. Okay, you can't even move the canvas. But anyway, take a screenshot of the alignment as well. And let's see. Yeah, let me just. Yeah, that should be good enough. No, it's not. Says the container is in the center. It's not, is it? Well, this arrow though, it looks center, but why is this box not center? All right, you know what I'm saying? Let's do a bunch of control Z's again until we see what it was like by default when we didn't have this. Okay, yeah, now it looks like pretty much on center, right? It is pretty much exactly in the center there. So you know what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do it a little bit differently here. I'll change the alignment. So center, center, and increase the font size to 120. And now it's all messed up. So here's what I will do. I'll increase the width to 4, maybe 500. Okay, and that did the trick pretty much. So instead of manually dragging these, I just set the width here and height to maybe 100 or maybe even more, 150. And position Y, I'll do uh, 200 maybe, 300. Yeah, looks pretty good to me. Alrighty. Anyway, going back to step 2, we have our text, and now we need our buttons. So right click on the canvas, select UI and button, text mesh pro. Name it start button, and we're gonna change the text to start game. Increase the font size to maybe, I don't know, 24. So maybe just double it or even more, 50. I'll do 50. Increase the button scale. Nah, not scale. Where's the width and height? That should be in the button, right? So width should be, um, I'll do 300. Height, let's do 200. Nah, doesn't look good. Width, maybe I'll do 400. And height, I'll do 150 or 120. Yeah, that looks good. And then I'll need another button. It wants me to make a quit button, but do we really need a quit button? Because it's an Android game, right? So you can always just get out of the app and close it. Well, I almost never see any games that has a quit button. Mm, so I'll just hold off on the quit button. And maybe I will do the title text, bring it down a bit. So position Y should be 250, maybe 200. And the button should be maybe negative 150, right? So negative 120. I like it. All right, cool. So I didn't go with the quit button just because if you want to quit, just exit. Just exit out of it and close the app. And now step 3, we are gonna go over to this one, write the main menu script. And if you want to look at the code, scripts. So we're already in the scripts folder. Okay, so we need to create a empty game object in the hierarchy and name this menu controller. And we're going to create an empty C# script here and name this main menu. And we're going to attach this to our menu controller, but I don't think we can yet based on past experiences. Main menu. Yeah, I don't see it because we don't have any code in there. So I'll just copy and paste the code over. So copy, paste, and make sure your first level's exact name is typed here. So our first level is currently named something else. I think it's called like wait for it to compile. Okay, it's compiled. Now let me go back to our scenes folder, and our first level is actually called sample scene. So I'm going to rename this. Rename level underscore 01. And hopefully I didn't break anything. But anyway, level underscore 01. And then we got start game, reset time scale, just in case coming from a pause state. Time scale is 1. And then we load our first level. And then we have our quit game function here, which we don't really need. I really wanted, might as well just have that quit button, right? Fine. Fine, I'll have that quit button. We can always remove it later. Quit button. Position this negative 120, 150, 180. Um, and change the text in there to quit. Okay. All right, and save this back to Unity. Okay, so step 4 is hook up the buttons. So this step we didn't do, right? Attach the script to our object. So menu controller this time should have that script main menu. And now moving on to step 4, select your start button in the hierarchy. Start button. Scroll down to your on click section in the inspector. Click plus and drag your menu controller object and change the name no function to main menu, and it should be start game. So main menu dot start game, and repeat the process for the quit button. So drag and drop the, well, first of all, click the plus, then drag and drop the menu controller. And the function should be quit game. Okay. And now step 5, which is our build settings modification. Unity cannot load a scene via script unless that scene is officially registered in the build settings. So go to file and then build profiles or build settings. I don't see build settings, so build profiles. It's like the add open scenes button. Scene list. So go to scene list and click the add open scenes, and now we have our main menu in there. Should be assigned index 0. Index, nah, this is actually index 2. So I'll just drag it up until it is indexed 0. And open your project folder. So I'll exit out of this, click Control Save, and then wants me to go to project folder, find your actual level 1 and level 2 scenes, and drag them from your project window directly into that scenes and build list. Now we already have our scenes in build list. So I don't think scenes in build is not even here, so it's probably thinking about some older version of Unity where um, it was named a little differently. But anyway, we should be set, and let's see if we can start a game. Ah, this is ugly, but wow. Remember, this is level 1, so we don't have the background music here. Now we're gonna bump to. And let's see if our main menu button works. Yes, it does. So cool. We now have a functional menu and a functional retry button also. So anyway, still lots and lots of things to fix, right? Let's see if the quit button works. What the hell? Why did it not pop that menu? Maybe we gotta do that. Maybe in the next one. Main menu. What about the quit? Well, it does nothing, I guess, but it will probably work in an Android platform. Cool, great progress, guys, and I'll see you in the next video.